Welcome to Penny Workshops. Penny Workshops is your time to learn a little bit more about how Penny, your personal assistant, can help you get into communication and connection with your prospects, your potential team members and customers, your current customers, and your current team. And the reason I got excited right there is because today, for the first time ever, our Penny Workshop is going to be focused on your team care section. So I'm so glad you all are here today. If you know someone who needed to hear this that missed it, the recording will be up on the YouTube channel a little bit later this month, so fear not. Oh, that's so great, Michael. Port of Spain is where we're from, by the way. Okay, so I'm curious, how many of you are currently using team care? Anybody? Let me know in the chat. While you do that, let me just give you some of the housekeeping things. First of all, your Penny is going to look different than my Penny. Most likely, that is okay. It's still Penny, but Penny has different colors and styles based on whether what back office you're connected to. Also with that, if you have an account that is not connected to your company's back office, then I just want you to know this feature is not here for you. But here's the thing. You can stay, you're here. You're always welcome. You know that. And this can show you one of the things that Penny does do. And this might be that thing that makes you go, oh my goodness, we need to get Penny connected to our back office. So I'm just going to put in a link here. If you are here and you do not have your back office connected, click on that for referral link. You'll get details on how you can get $100 just by referring to your company, Penny. Okay. $100 from us. Yeah, we do that. Also, I am not alone. I have the phenomenal, fantastic, wonderful. We started on the same day at Penny. Sim here, or the same week, I should say. Sim is here from customer support. So if you've ever been chatting with Sim, she is here for you. She's going to be in the chat as well as the QA section. So if you have any technical questions you want to ask her or something you want a little more attention to, Sim is your person and she'll help you out in the Q&A. Okay, so with that, I'm curious, are we using team care? Or are you here to go, I want to use team care, but I want to know what it's all about. So I'm going to show you exactly what the team care section of your Penny is all about right now, circa, what are we in, May of 2023. Now, the reason there's team care inside of Penny is because Penny knows that as you're keeping track of your prospects and your prospects are growing into buying from you and joining your business, that means you have a team to take care of. And one of the biggest things we hear from people when they get a team, it's like, yes, they're joining business. And then there's like, oh, deer in headlights. Now what do I do? Oh my goodness, they joined me in business. Now what am I supposed to do with them? And that's one of the great things about your personal assistant, Penny. Penny is here to help you even with your communication and connection with your team. So inside of Penny, you're going to be able to see some details that are going to help you just remember to nudge and take care of them. Geraldine, is this my Geraldine from South Africa? Is that Geraldine? If it is, Geraldine, yes. I hope everything is good. I know your family is expanding. If that is you, it's good to see you. Congrats on the baby. I don't even know the details, but I know you were having, and happy Mother's Day to you and anyone else who's a mother on the line. Okay. All right. You ready to look? So where do we find team care? We find team care at the bottom of the screen. If you're on your mobile, it's going to be at the bottom of the screen and you'll see it as right next to the daily. For most of you, it'll be right next to the daily section. So you see it right here at the bottom. Now, if you do not see it right there at the bottom, right next to the daily, to the right of the daily, then I want you to go to the more section. A few of you might have it in your more section. So if you click on the more section, then you'll see team care there. Could be different, but they do the same things. Now, if you're on the desktop, let me just take you there. Your team care, you know, your toolbar, of course, with Penny is going to be on the left hand. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. Hold the phone there. You should be able to see it there. It's on the left-hand side of your screen. So when you look here and you just pop it here, you'll be able to tap and you'll see there, team care will be the fourth option for most of you right there. You'll see team care. Okay. Are we good there? Hopefully so. There we go. See me a little bit better. Okay, great. If any of you, when I show you this, it's really, really small. If you're seeing the box that says SIM on it as well too, if you go to the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's 3 dots on the SIM box. You can tap it. It says hide non-camera participants, and then you'll be able to see it a little bit bigger. Just a little zoom tip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tap on team care together. And remember, for the first thing with team care, and we're going to go through the different spots on team care, is that you're going to be able to see your team members inside of Penny. So what you'll do is you're going to tap on team members. When you tap on team members, mine is defaulting to active. If you see like no match, no one's in there near you, know that you have team members that are in Penny, then what I want you to do is go ahead and tap into the gray box at the top and then just backspace. I'm going to tap on this backspace right here to get the active out. Now I can see what's going on with my team members. So now I can see here, active, inactive, and then mine goes 5 levels down. Now, a little call out to you. Everybody's levels are going to be different based on what your company decided they wanted. So some of you might see level 8, level 10. Some of you might see level 2, level 1. So some of your companies, you only have your flat levels. So this will vary. Just remember that, but you'll be able to see that. You might be wondering, Roxanne, what is active versus inactive? There's some questions that I just don't want you to ask me. That's one of them. It's technical and it's like decided between your corporate back office and Penny, like when they do the setup and that those things, that's not what I talk about. So what I want you to know is this. I always just like lean on show me everyone. It's based on like how active, however they define active or inactive. I just look for everybody. So here I can see my different people. Okay. Now listen, this little call out, because if you ever see this contactable and you're probably like, what does that mean? If ever you wanted to just find out which of my team members do I have their Facebook contacts for? Well, technically you can say that and you can tap on Facebook because it's a filter and it would show you that. I don't have any that I can see that for. Not surprised because I have a demo account. Okay. So now what you're going to do is I recommend you take a look. You see what's in there. I'm going to tap on level 1 just to show you. Demo account a little limited, but here are all my level 1 downlines. So you'll be able to see them. If you don't see pictures, fret not. Pictures are something you would add manually. Our dev team just likes to give me pictures in here. So you can see all of your downline that happens to be on level 1. Now, why is this beneficial to have this right here? You might wonder. Well, sometimes some of you don't even know who's on your downline. It was in your downline. So you can look at different levels and find that out. It may be, hopefully, you're personally sponsored people, but as you're going down to level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, you may not know. So it'll show you that information there. Another really cool thing I'm going to show you that you can do in the app. Do you see this little chat bubble? If you've been with me before, you know the chat bubble is a powerful bubble. Let me show you what I can do here. If I tap on the chat bubble, I can actually send a note to my team just like that. So I would just attach content or create some content right here. We'll pretend I'll add a little something. We'll pretend I added something. And then I can select who I want to send it to. I'll add something so you can see. Let's just add the test. And then I come here to select all of them. When I select all, I can then go down to the bottom left-hand side of the screen, tap on send. And just like in custom lists, when you do a multi-texting feature, I could text my downline from here in TeamCare. I guess my message was, how are you? It was my test message. So just know that you can do that. And if you're like, wait a moment, I don't remember how to do multi-texting. I've got you. Let me go ahead. I'm going to grab this link for you. If it starts playing, don't mind me. It did. I knew it. Okay. Let me just put this link in here. This link is for the Penny workshop where I showed you how to multi-text. Just know that you can do that inside of TeamCare. Now, why do y'all love this? Because you have messages to your team. It might be a message towards the middle of the month, today's 15th, saying, hey, hang in there, everyone. You've got this. Or maybe you've got a challenge going on with them and you want to encourage them all to do their reconnect tasks in Penny. That would be really cool. You can reach out to them this way and send them personal messages, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, which gives you incentive to create that content so you've got it ready to go. You could use this to celebrate someone if they've reached a milestone in some way. You can use this to remind people of the new product that came out or the discount that's going on. You can do that all inside of Penny. So just know that you have that ability. I just X'd out to go back. Oops, I went back too far. Let me go back into team members here for a second. And I'm just going to, if you see no match, that always means go to the tippy top. Okay. When you go to the tippy top, just X out of whatever it's filtered down to. All right. So, you have that amazing opportunity. Let me just, and then you tap into the box twice and then it showed up. Let me also show you here. The 3 dots on the top right-hand corner gives you an ability to sort your team alphabetically. You can sort them by level or by the date they were added. Okay. So just know that you have those abilities in there. And then also you can add some contacts. You can add a task. So if you need to talk to Jenny because she's running and it's the end of the month and if she wants that rank advancement, we got to go. You can add a task in there for yourself to remind you to do that. Let me just do that so you can see. I'm going to add a task here. Who's the task for? Let me show you here at the top of the screen. I'm going to tap on who's the task for. I'm going to pick Adam. Now I can say I want to talk to Adam. I'm going to pick a date because I'd like to do it today. We're going to talk to Adam on the 15th. Go to the bottom of the screen and tap on add task. Awesome. I'm going to send myself a note. We'll pretend I did a note reminding myself what it's for. And then I'm going to come down to the bottom and a tag, right? I'm going to come to the bottom and tap on next. And now I've added that task. So that task will exist. Just know that. Okay. So just some fun little things you can do inside of here with your team there. Now, let me just show you this. Let's go over here. I'm going to I guess I'm toggling out of Penny. Let's come back to Penny. All right. Thank you, Penny. I'm going to X marks the spot at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. I'm just going to come over here so you can see where I got this. So I'm going to come inside of here. I'm hanging out inside of Team Care. We've gone over team members. I'll show you one other thing I think you might want to know. You can dive in here. Actually, let's do it from over here. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to go back a step. Just going to tap in here to the box, go back a step. And then what I want to show you all is your enrollment tree. Now, this is the thing that I'm not going to be able to show you very much. It's not going to look very, very good on mine because, again, I have a demo account. But this would typically, if you go into the enrollment tree for yours, you'll be able to see your downline in sections with their downlines. It's like a tree of everyone who's enrolled, which is a nice thing to kind of get a visual for if you like to look at it visually. So know that is another thing that Penny gives you, that visual ability to look at that in that way. I'm going to come down to the bottom right-hand side of the screen, tap on the X. My favorite thing inside of your Team Care section happens to be the invite. Now, why do I love the invite, you ask? Because the invite, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of value to inviting your team to being inside of Penny. What do I mean by that? Well, this is what I mean. When you have a team member who's inside of Penny, then you know that they're getting prompted to complete their tasks. Then you have the ability to do things like share content with them, right? We know from the data that when people use Penny and complete tasks, 30 tasks, just 30 tasks a month, which I think is pretty reasonable, right? That's like one a day. That's like those pills, those one a day pills, except it's doing a task to build your business. We're seeing 2 to 3 times increase in volume when people are doing their tasks. So now I want you to think about this. If you have team members who aren't in Penny, they're not getting that personal assistant who's generously and gently prompting them to get in communication and connection with their prospects, their customers, and their team members. It actually saves you time because you have to do less with them when you actually show them or encourage them to go into Penny and you let Penny do all those reminders for them. All right. It's a natural way of getting them into activity. So this is what Penny does to help you with that. If you tap on invite, as I'll do right here, I'm going to take off that active button. Again, I can see these are all of my downlines members who happen to not be in Penny. And the way I know is because right here, you see what it says next to Kristen Valdez says invite. These are all the ones that I can invite to join Penny. Now, what I can do right here in this moment is I can tap on Kristen, for example. When I tap on Kristen, look what happens automatically. There's a message that we've already put in there. Penny has already, AI has done her thing in there, inviting to Penny. You can either use this message exactly, or you can tap into it. You can change it up a little bit. Maybe you had a nickname for Kristen. Maybe there's some other thing you want to say. You can pop it in there. Okay. Then all you need to do is tap on send invite, and you can send that invite to Kristen based on what the information that you have for her in there, text it to her, whatever it might be. So know that you have that ability, which is super powerful inside of Penny, just waiting for you. Okay. Invite away. I also like to grab that invite and then copy that, put it on your Facebook page, put it, if you're using WhatsApp for your team, put it in the WhatsApp chats, wherever they need information, because remember that not everyone is as fast as you are. You realize that, right? You are tech savvy and you've leaned into the new technology. You've leaned into Penny. Most people aren't as quick as you. when it comes to adopting something new. That's change is a thing, right? Change management is a thing. And so those gentle nudges, those encouragements, not just from your corporate team or from myself, but from you letting them know I'm using Penny and you should too, is that nudge, that social proof that people need to go ahead and dive in there. So definitely post this in different places so people can get the direct link to then go ahead and register for Penny. I'm so glad you think that's great, Doug. Okay, so know that's there. I'm going to X, mark my spot, takes me back. Last, but certainly not least, when it comes to, let me just see something. Again, demo account, so bear with me, y'all. Let me just see if it's going to let me do it. I don't think it will. It will. This is the other thing I want to show you, but I wasn't sure because it's a demo account if I was going to be able to see it. But this is important, so bear with me, okay? Did you know that when you tap into your, and this is another reason why it's important to invite your team members to be in Penny, because when you invite your team members into Penny, it unlocks information for you. So did you know, here's an example right here. I looked at my downline from team members. I tapped on Danielle and it opens up her details, her contact card. Now she's not a customer, so her contact card is not going to look like the customer card does. Instead, it's going to show you this amazing information. You can see the recent 4-week progress. So I can literally see, and this only works, I'm going to just disclaimer right here. This only works if your downline is in Penny. If they're not in Penny, Penny does not have this information and you don't get this visibility. When you think about leading and mentoring and fostering your team, this is huge, okay? Because right here, I can see Danielle has 0 new customers for the last 4 weeks, 0 new consultants, 0 orders, and 0 tasks completed. So when Danielle comes to me and says, I've tried everything, Roxanne, everything. I've done it all. It's not working. Done it all. None of it's working. I can go, Danielle, let's talk. I can go in there into Penny and see what she's done or hasn't done. And then it gives me an ability to go back to her and go, okay, so I'm noticing, I would ask her, have you completed any tasks inside of Penny? She's like, no, I don't think so. Well, then you can have that conversation with her and let her know, hey, when you're in Penny in that daily, it literally will show you prospects to talk to. It's going to help you cultivate those relationships with your customers. Let's lean into, let's try for the rest of the month. Let's try doing that. Don't try and reinvent the wheel, Danielle. Let's just simply do the daily. That's super powerful. And it also sets you up for success because you have visibility. It also allows you, if you go in there and Danielle's like, I've got nothing. You're like, Danielle, you just had 4 new customers. What are you talking about? And you got a new consultant. You are rocking the Casbah. You have that ability to look in and see that very quickly and easily. It's chef's kiss. So know that is another great part about making sure that your downline is inside of Penny. And using Penny so you can see the information. I'm going to tap over from details. I'm going to head on over to the activity section. You also, well, Daniel hasn't done anything, but I could, if Daniel purchased something, you'll also be able to see like purchases. So you can see for those of you who do have requirements of purchasing a certain amount each month, you can see if they purchased it and you can take a look at that in there as well too. Geraldine says, awesome. Yeah, this is huge. So know that information is in there. Lean into playing around with the team care and you'll find it's pretty great. Okay, so I have time to show you one more important thing. And this goes back to content. Now, I know that so many of you are putting your content. Some of you use your content inside of Penny. Some of you are using other places, other things. And I'm not here to tell you to do one or the other, but I do want to show you the benefit of why it's great to use Penny for your content. Okay. As a leader, it's pretty fantastic because when you use Penny for your content, it actually allows you to share that content. I'm going to come down here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to tap on team member, the X right here. Y'all, I got so excited about that last thing. Now I'm overheating. And my fan is too far away. Oh, okay. Anyway, so if I start getting shiny, you know why. All right. So if I come back down to team care, the last thing on that list is going to be shared content. Did you know that when you create your own personal content inside of Penny, you can create it with your team in mind? So when you think about it, like if you're doing your reconnect, like we're going to do our reconnect task this month. This is our big focus. And you're ready to do those reconnects and you're encouraging your team to do them. But you know, some of them are going to be like, okay, but Roxanne, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And so that's why I'm not doing it. That's okay. you can actually create content inside of Penny and share it with your team. Now, I'm not going to go through how to create content because it's the same, but I do want to show you where you share that content. So if I come down to shared content right here, I'm just going to go ahead and tap in on test. Do you see where it says, oh, it's already a team content. So when you tap into team content or shared content, it is going to automatically show you the content that you've already shared inside of Penny. This is going to give you an ability to kind of keep track of it and know what you have there, y'all. So I want you to go to Team Care. I need to put my fan on. It's this thing. I'll be right back. BRB, because I am overheating. I'm back. I got to tell you, I'm technically not in high flashes yet, but when I am, woo-wee, watch out, world. Okay, so, all right, back to this. So you're going to see right here in the top of the screen, it's going to show you team content. All right. That is where, this is how you know what you're sharing. But let's say you want to unshare or share something. Let's say, for example, I've got this August 2022 wine tasting. Now, I shared that with my team in August. It's good to clear out your content so your team is not like, why is she still sharing with me this August 2022? I'd like to just see the recent things. It makes sense. It's valid, right? So I'm going to tap on August wine tasting 2022. And when you tap on it here, I'm just going to tap on that view option. That's the third option. Okay, so now that I see it here, do you see that big button right there? It says add to team library with that toggle. All I need to do to remove this from my team library is to go ahead and tap on that, and now it's gone. Just toggle the button. So that's how you can toggle things off. Now, what about things on? You can see up here, it's showing you all of your content or your favorite. You can also say, I just want to see my favorites that are in Team Care. But what about things that aren't in Team Care? Like what that you want to add to Team Care? If you come to the top of the screen and tap on that Team Care, see that little X right there? It might look a little small on your screen, but you'll see it when you open up yours. If I tap on that X, now I can see everything that's inside of here, as opposed to just the things that are shared with my team. So now I can come here and go, okay, wait a moment. I see free shipping. Let me go ahead and tap on free shipping. I'll tap just like I did before on that little icon. I'm going to go to view. When I go to view, I can see right here, add to team library. Just by toggling that on or tapping on add to team library, now it says share, which means I've added to my team library. And you can see that when I look at my content, it'll be, well, let me go back to my team content. If I come back here to the top, tap in that box and I type team, there we go, team content. Now I can see my team content, and then I've added that piece, that free shipping is added in there. So know that's how you can keep track of it. I think it's probably good at least once a month as a leader, go in there at the minimum and just see what am I sharing and what can I remove. Now, I want you guys to think about what you can add that would be really beneficial. Think about it in different stages. So you can definitely add content for like your new business associates, and you can add content that's going to help them get into connection. So maybe it's a welcome or their first message they send to people when they've just joined. Maybe it's, you can also create content, which I think would be great for everyone, when someone has just ordered something, a congratulations message. Any messages that you know that you're using that are pretty juicy and are effective and efficient, you can actually help your team save time, and you're actually coaching them and teaching them by sharing that language inside of Penny. So you just add that content in there and then tap on toggle it to team content, and it'll share it with them. Then all you have to do is let them know. You might send them a text through Penny. You might let them know in another way. Hey, go ahead and look inside of your content section. I've actually added some content. It's called XYZ. Let's use that to do a reconnects. So let's do a reconnect challenge together. Or let's use that whenever we get a new customer, or we get another, someone who's ordered our auto ship or our recurring order. Okay. So that's another really valuable piece of the pie, because oftentimes people join or they're ready to get back and started, and they're like, I don't know what to say. And you can actually help them and guide them with what to say by just sharing that content. Remember, set yourself a little reminder once a month, just go in there and clear out any shared content that can go away so they have less pieces or fewer pieces of content inside their library, the better. And then you can add it up with, you can add in some new and exciting ones and let them know about it. Okay. So now hopefully you see how Team Care, which some of you might've been like, I see that Team Care button, I'll get to it eventually. But now you can see how Team Care can be so beneficial for you because you really can use it to work your business on the regular and keep track of your team members, see how they're doing, encourage them to have good daily habits like joining Penny so that they can reap the benefits as well too, and then also sharing content with them. Are there any questions? We have a little time, so let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer them for you. Any questions? I do want to show you this. Depending on who you are, depending on, you're all amazing. That's for sure. Depending on your company, the task that you create to talk to your team will show up in different places. So just know it might show up as a personal check-in, or it could show up as a team check-in. Oh, I love that, Doug. Yes, please, and have fun with it. I know there's so many things to do, but when you're thinking about, I need to focus on my team, lean into that and take advantage of that. And then also, if you have leaders on your team, show them how to do it as well too, or don't show them. Just when this video is up, just have them watch the video, or they can come tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time, doing the same thing all over again. So that may be a good thing to invite them to come to, and they can just go to the Penny Workshops page that you went to. Let me grab it for you, to sign up. And that might be a good way to teach them, right? Rather than showing them how, you're empowering them how to fish. All right. You are so welcome, Michael from Trinidad. You all, as we love to say here at Penny, every day is a big day, and we know this is a big day for you. Lean into Team Care to help you to nurture and grow and be in communication and connection with your team so that they can multiply as well too. See you guys later. Bye, everybody.